Most valuable American rare Benjamin Franklin prints. The 1956 3-cent stamp was issued on the occasion of the 250th anniversary of the birth of Benjamin Franklin. Born in 1706. Is represented by a painting entitled Franklin Taking Lightning from the Sky, where you can see him intent on flying a kite during a thunderstorm. An image that symbolizes his studies on electricity and the invention of the lightning rod. Benjamin, as well as being an inventor, he was a writer, a statesman and a politician. He was one of the protagonists of the American Revolution. Top right. You will be able to see the nominal value of the piece. 3 cents of the American dollar. All below. Your name and surname. Followed by the anniversary commemorating his birth. 250 years before this stamp was issued. Bright carmine color. It was printed on January 17, 1956. It had a circulation of 129,384,000 pieces. And today it is worth $25. The 1976 13-cent stamp. It was issued to commemorate the bicentenary, which led to the United States independence from Great Britain. April 1, 1975. The American Freedom Train. He toured for 21 months, which affected all states and cities represented on this stamp. For more than a year, a wave of patriotism swept the nation, with shows and events. The tour ended on July 4, 1976, with the 200th anniversary of the adoption of the Declaration of Independence. To the right, you will be able to see the face of Benjamin Franklin. He also served as the United States' first Postmaster General. To the left, the cities involved in the commemorative tour. Top left. The Anniversary of Independence Commemoration. 1776. Year of the Declaration of Independence. 1976. Anniversary year. Down. The nominal value of the piece. 13 cents of the US dollar. Multicolored stamp. It was printed on June 1, 1976. It had a circulation of 164,890,000 pieces. And today it is worth $40. The 1972 7-cent stamp. It was issued to commemorate and reiterate the concept of the freedom and independence of the Confederation. To the right, you will be able to see his face. To the left, remember that Benjamin Franklin. He was one of the authors of the drafting of the American Declaration of Independence, the first document to establish the birth of the United States. In the text, included the democratic principles of equality between men, freedom, and self-determination. Up. The nominal value of the piece is reported. 7 cents of the American dollar. Light blue stamp. It was printed in 1972. It had a circulation of millions of copies. And today it is worth $50. The 1-cent stamp of 1861 depicts the face of Benjamin Franklin. He was the son of a soap and candle maker. As a young man he tried to follow that professional path, but over time he remained dissatisfied. So he got closer and closer to another type of work, or printing in a typography. In 1861, 11 Southern states left the Union and formed the Confederate States of America, an action that led to the outbreak of the Civil War. At that time, postal services stopped deliveries to the South. This stamp was printed in that year, precisely by the Confederate States to use it and spread anti-Southern propaganda. Top on the sides. The nominal value of the piece. 1 cent of the US dollar. Blue stamp. It was printed on August 17, 1861. It had a circulation of 138 million copies. And today it is worth $325. The 1-cent stamp of 1869. It is part of the first series of stamps designed by American painters. In fact, it was the U.S. Post Office to suggest having new ideas for printing the most pictorial stamps. You will be able to see on the center bust of Benjamin Franklin facing left. Under. Number 1. Which indicates the 1-cent face value of the US dollar. Yellow piece. He was released on April 1, 1869. Printed in 12 million copies. And today it is worth $495. The 30-cent stamp of 1867. depicted in the center. The bust of Benjamin Franklin. The peculiarity of this piece lies in the printing method. In fact, the prints were made by stamping, breaking the paper fibers, and allowing erasing ink to penetrate deeply into the paper. This technique made it difficult to remove the cancellations and reuse the stamps. This printing method, called grilling, it was used for 9 years, from 1867 to 1875. At the top of the image, you will be able to see the value reported as a number, 30 cents of the US dollar. Down, the value reported in letters, orange-colored stamp. It was printed on November 10, 1868. It had a circulation of 280,000 copies. And today it is worth $3,500. The 5-cent stamp of 1847. It was the first American postage stamp, famous throughout the world and highly sought after in the philately market. On the center, the face of Benjamin Franklin is depicted. Scientist, inventor and statesman, nicknamed the father of the U.S. Postal Service, having himself founded the postage delivery system through stamp franking. This piece was used for any delivery up to 300 miles. Issued in large sheets without perforation. Reports under the bust. The nominal value reported both in numbers and letters. 5 cents of the American dollar. Brownish stamp. It was printed on July 1, 1847. It had a circulation of 3,600,000 copies. And today it is worth $4,500.